legendary book that's been transforming vocabulary since 1949, Word Power Made Easy. We'll explore how this classic can supercharge your communication skills and why it remains relevant in 2026.
And what's fascinating is that this book isn't just another dry dictionary, it's actually a systematic approach to understanding the DNA of English vocabulary.
You know, I've heard it described as more of a detective handbook for words. Can you break down what makes it so special?
Absolutely. Norman Lewis, the author, took this brilliant approach of organizing words by themes and contexts rather than just alphabetically. Think about how we naturally learn language. We learn related words together, right?
That makes so much sense. Instead of memorizing random words, you're building connections.
Exactly. And what's really clever is how the book is structured into these thematic sections. Everything from how to talk about doctors to how to insult your enemies, believe it or not.
Wait, there's actually a section on insulting people?
There is, but it's all part of this larger strategy of making vocabulary learning engaging and memorable. The book uses humor and real-life context to help the words stick.
Let's talk about the actual learning process. How does someone typically work through this book?
Well, it starts with etymology, understanding word roots. For instance, when you learn that bio means life, suddenly words like biology, biography, and biodiversity make perfect sense.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about memorizing definitions?
Not at all. The book actually delves into the psychology of how we learn and retain words. Research shows that understanding word origins helps with long-term retention.
You know what's interesting? I read that vocabulary size actually accounts for 64% of reading comprehension scores.
That's absolutely right. And it's not just about reading. A strong vocabulary has been linked to professional success and higher earning potential.
Really? Tell me more about that connection.
Well, studies have shown that people with stronger vocabularies tend to communicate more effectively in professional settings, leading to better job opportunities and advancement.
That makes sense. Clear communication is crucial in any field.
And what's particularly interesting about Word Power Made Easy is how it teaches you to use words in context, not just memorize them.
Can you give us an example of how that works?
Sure. The book might introduce a word like egocentric by first teaching you that ego means self, then showing you related words like egotist and egomaniac, all while telling engaging stories about real-world situations.
That's so different from just flipping through a dictionary.
Exactly. And there are regular progress checks and quizzes throughout the book to reinforce what you've learned.
Let's talk about the practical benefits. How quickly can someone expect to see improvements?
According to research, consistent vocabulary study can lead to noticeable improvements in reading comprehension within just a few weeks.
That's pretty quick. What about speaking and writing?
The book actually includes pronunciation guides and usage examples to help you incorporate new words into your everyday speech naturally.
I imagine that's particularly helpful for non-native English speakers.
Absolutely. The book has been used successfully by English learners worldwide. Its step-by-step approach makes it accessible regardless of your starting point.
You mentioned earlier about word roots. Can you elaborate on why they're so important?
Think of word roots as the building blocks of language. Once you understand common roots from Latin and Greek, you can often figure out the meaning of new words you encounter.
So it's like having a decoder ring for vocabulary.
That's a perfect analogy. And it's why the book has remained relevant for over 70 years. These fundamental principles don't change.
Speaking of relevance, how does this approach compare to modern vocabulary apps and tools?
While apps are useful, they often lack the systematic, context-rich approach that makes Word Power Made Easy so effective. The book builds a foundation for understanding how language works.
It's interesting how something written in 1949 can still be so valuable today.
That's because Norman Lewis understood something fundamental about how we learn, through connections, context, and engagement.
Let's talk about the actual process of working through the book. What's the time commitment like?
The book is designed to be flexible. You can work through it in short daily sessions, which research shows is more effective than cramming.
That makes it more manageable for busy people.
Exactly, and each section builds on the previous ones, creating a cumulative learning effect.
What about retention? How do you make sure you remember all these new words?
The book includes regular review sections and exercises that help reinforce what you've learned. Plus, the thematic organization helps create stronger memory connections.
And I imagine using the words in conversation helps too?
Absolutely. The book actually encourages you to use new words in your daily life, which is crucial for long-term retention.
Let's talk about some success stories. Have you seen any dramatic transformations?
Research has shown that systematic vocabulary study can lead to significant improvements in academic performance and professional communication.
Any specific examples?
Studies have found that students who focus on vocabulary development show marked improvement in reading comprehension scores, often seeing increases of 30% or more.
Those are impressive results.
And what's particularly interesting is how this improvement carries over into other areas of learning and communication.
Can you explain that ripple effect?
When your vocabulary improves, your reading speed typically increases, your writing becomes more precise, and your speaking becomes more confident.
It's like upgrading your entire communication toolkit at once.
Exactly. And in today's information-rich world, that's more valuable than ever.
What about for professionals who already have a decent vocabulary?
The book's advanced sections and etymology focus can help even accomplished speakers refine their language skills further.
So there's really no upper limit to vocabulary development?
Not at all. Language is constantly evolving, and there's always room for growth and refinement.
What would you say to someone who's intimidated by the idea of tackling this book?
Start small. Even 15 minutes a day can make a difference. The book is designed to be approachable and encouraging.
That's actually quite manageable.
And remember, every new word you learn is a tool you can use for the rest of your life.
As we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway you want listeners to remember?
That building your vocabulary isn't just about knowing more words, it's about expanding your ability to think, understand, and connect with others.
And Word Power Made Easy provides a proven roadmap for that journey.
Exactly. It stood the test of time because it works with how our brains naturally learn and retain information.
Well, there you have it, folks. Whether you're a student, professional, or lifelong learner, expanding your vocabulary could be the key to unlocking your next level of success. Thanks for joining us